All right, we're live.
Hey, ayo, what's up?
Welcome to your Everyday Rich podcast. We're your hosts. I'm Jen.
I'm Jason Cow.
Wow, we cannot start a podcast today, but that's okay. Let's just keep going.
Okay, let's keep going. This is like our third take, just to introduce this episode. But yeah, we've been just back from our trip to Mexico with the kids.
Yeah.
And you, in preparation for our trip, ended up getting your
Did some self-care.
sure, if you want to call it that.
So
Your nails did.
got my nails in. I got a pedicure. Got my eyelash extensions. I did my own nails, my own manicure,
So your hands.
my hands
Okay.
for the trip.
And
And I was reading online about this term called the Hot Girl Hamster Wheel. And what essentially it means is I think a lot of women going through our Instagram, going through, all our social medias have this perception of what makes women look good, right? That's having clean manicures or nice nails, right? Whether those fancy gel nails with bedazzle on it and all these crazy designs that look really nice. And eyelash extensions, nice skin, facials to get nice skin, plucked eyebrows or threaded eyebrows, all these types of things that are part of our quote unquote self care routine so that we can look like a certain way is deemed hot, if you know what I mean. Sexy.
So, are people getting married every day?
Yeah. Well, no. Yeah, back in the day, the reason why people get eyelash extensions were because they had a big day, right? Like getting married. But now it's become eyelash extensions are very common now.
Yeah, the service of actually getting them.
Yeah, it's not just on your wedding day. It's literally people get it all the time.
Hey,
It's a constant everyday thing.
We have friends that started eyelash extension
Yeah.
businesses.
Yeah. And they were and it's you make quite a bit of money. So
How much is it?
if you don't know, eyelash extensions, to get an eyelash extension, it can range from $150 all the way to $300 to get it in.
Are you using dragon hair in your eyes?
I don't know. Mink hair, I don't know. Natural. I don't even know what it is. I'm not an eyelash. I'm not a technician. I don't know.
It's a saffron?
But it's $150 to $300 to get it the first time. And then every 3 weeks, your eyelashes fall out every 14 days, right? So they put in I don't know if you know what eyelash extensions are, but essentially just
I know it's been a while since I got my last ones in.
Jen. They glue an eyelash to your current eyelash. So your current naturally humans shed eyelashes every 14 days. So every 2-3 weeks, that eyelash falls off. So you have to fill your eyelash extensions every 3 weeks at max. And that's another at least $100.
As it starts to look ghetto and stuff.
Yeah, you'll have certain lashes are short because some of it has it's fallen off, so your new one has come in, right?
It's like a worn toothbrush.
But yeah, it is an expensive, very expensive upkeep.
Do people actually do this routinely?
Yeah. There's people who just have eyelash extensions literally all year round.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's why they look so good.
Yeah.
Damn.
Don't get me wrong, it looks good. But it is an expensive habit. And the reason why we call it this term I heard was called the Hot Girl Hamster Wheel, it's because it's like a hamster wheel. There's so many things that society has, I guess, instilled upon the beauty standard that's been instilled upon everybody, that people feel like they need to do these things to look good. And don't get me wrong, I fall for it too. I'm not gonna be a hypocrite here because I got my eyelash extensions in. I got a manicure. I'm falling for this Hot Girl Hamster Wheel business as well. right? It's a real thing.
But I think there's a difference, a subtle difference that we need to like distinguish here, right? Is that I think typically like you do this in preparation for like a vacation or a big
Yeah.
event, right?
Yeah.
Only other time I remember you doing this was the wedding
Yes.
or someone else's wedding or a vacation where you're gonna like be going and exposing all these different parts of your body, right? It's like, okay, got your nails done, got an appointment down there. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna trim my nails because my nails are a little long, and I think I'm good.
I know, like really before vacation, I would text him and be like, "Hey, I got a pedicure tonight. Just like FYI, it's at 7 o'clock.
Like what?
I'm going to my lash appointment on Saturday. It's at 12 o'clock."
Yeah, and I was like thinking, I was like, yo, should I go get a sports manicure? Because
Like,
I wonder if guys are looking at my nails because
but yeah, the reason why we bring this up is because this shit costs money,
it does, and it can.
right? And I think a lot of people, even for myself, I just, we try to justify it as this is part of our self care. This is what makes us feel good. And don't get me wrong, it does. Like having me, like if you know me personally, you'll know my hand nails at least, are done, I would say 80-90% of the time.
Yeah, but do you do this on your own?
No, yes.
Okay.
So that's the thing, right? I don't, like, I mean, I don't go, actually, don't even like going to get a manicure because I feel like they actually fuck up my nails. But, anyways, that's besides the
Don't you
point.
like the invigorating conversations with them? Like,
No.
hey Jennifer, you want to with the Joe?
The Vietnamese ladies.
Shout out to my
No.
Vietnamese nail salons out there.
But yeah, like I like having my nails done.
Hmm.
I like when they're clean, when they're painted, and my cuticles aren't dry and they're moisturized.
But you know what's funny here is the thing is, I wonder if it's just other women that are looking at you. Because to me, yeah, they look good. As a man, as a heterosexual man, and I'm looking at my wife and I'm like, yeah, your hands look good. Right. But I'm not going around looking at women's fingernails. Don't get me wrong. There are other body parts that I probably will look at first before their fingernails. Right. But it's just like, okay, like who are you? Who are you? Like, I want to ask you, who are you actually doing this for? Why? Like,
I just don't like looking at my nails when they're ugly,
okay.
right? And that's the thing. Like I think we feel like if our nails aren't a certain way
Hmm.
or like groomed a certain way, they're ugly.
Yeah, I can understand that. There's a big psychological
It's
thing
a
there.
psychological
Yeah.
thing. We've been like this image of clean nails and like painted nails and these fancy design nails have been instilled to like, oh, that looks pretty,
Yep.
that looks nice, right? And that nice unfortunately comes with a shitload of costs.
Yeah, it's true. Especially if you're doing this routinely. Like
Yeah.
you're going to get your nails done and your eyebrows done and your eyelashes done and apparently your feet too.
And facials
Oh
and
my
all that
goodness.
kind of stuff, right? It's the upkeep.
Yep.
It's upkeep of a specific standard that has been set by society.
This hot girl stuff is expensive. So I mean, I googled this because when we were talking about this, I was actually curious. Like, you know, the global cosmetic market, just the cosmetics, right? To supplement the hot girl look, not necessarily the services behind it and all that
Yeah.
stuff, is valued at 262 billion US.
Yeah.
The global market. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's a
Because
lot of money in
people are
cosmetics.
trying to get to a certain beauty standard.
And it's interesting
It's a
because
huge market.
like I could see this becoming, you wanna some people will say like they'll justify like you mentioned, oh yeah, self-care. Self-care, right? Because
It makes you feel good.
you do want to feel good. Don't get me wrong. I like listen, I want you to feel good. I want you to look good, but also not at a point where it is
Hurting,
hurting your
hurting you.
finances.
Exactly. And that's the point I want to make. Like, how much do you know how much you are investing in this self care, right, for the entire year? And is that money more than what you're actually saving?
Yeah, well, because also think of it from a time perspective. Like if you are going out to get your eyelash extensions, how long does it take? Just like brand new?
Like 1.5 to 2 hours,
Okay. How long does it take for nails to get done?
30 an hour, depending on what designs you're getting.
So there's like 4 hours right there.
Yeah,
And then you're doing it every 2 weeks. Maybe it's just,
yeah,
another hour. Maybe you're spending like 7 hours,
yeah,
8 hours a month
yeah,
just doing this stuff.
yeah.
You know, it's
It's a
crazy.
couple $100 a month.
Yeah.
I mean, eyelash extensions are $150. Your mani pedi will cost you probably total like close to 100.
Yeah.
That's already 250 right there.
Yeah. And you know what? Like, I get it too, because, culturally in North America, like I would say North America, right? In the, what do they call it? Like Western culture.
Yeah,
I remember back in the 70s and the 80s when this started becoming popular with like, supermodels. The whole bushy hair, remember, it goes back to like fashion trends. Bushy hair was in, and then it became straight hair, then it became curly hair, and all these different things. But this image, this desirable image of sexy, of hot girl, always changed, but there's always a constant, like, consistent things that were always the same. Like you said, why is it long
long
eyelashes are
eyelashes.
attractive? I don't know. Is because I think it's just programmed in our in our DNA as like a heterosexual man like long eyelashes. It just accentuates the
Your
eyes,
eyes.
right?
Yeah,
Same thing with nails. You got long nails, it accentuates the fingers, right?
yeah.
Makes it look clean, right? And guys are like wondering, where's that hand gonna go? Like, where's that clean hand gonna go? Versus dirty ass nails, dry cuticles. I don't want that.
Yeah.
But like, I get it. I totally get it. And then on the flip side, I was thinking when you were saying you were mentioning this topic, I was like, is there an equivalent hot boy hamster wheel? And maybe it is, but not necessarily in, I would say, kind of our upkeep of our
Is
fingernails.
it like a fade?
You know what? Like having a clean haircut, yeah. You know
Yeah.
what? Like,
Don't some guys have fades like Drake or whatever? He gets a fade like every single day or something
yeah,
like
but
that. Something
they're
ridiculous.
rich. I mean, when you can spend a little bit more on a luxury of a personal barber.
Yeah.
He's got a barber that follows him everywhere he goes. But I don't know this person, but every time I get my haircut every 3 weeks, there is someone in front of me every week at the same time slot. This guy gets his haircut every week,
Yeah.
and he's dropping $40.
Yeah.
So he spends $160 a
On his
month on
hair.
just his hair, and this guy has barely any hair.
So that is Hot Boy Hamster Wheel.
Yeah,
Is
no,
is a fade.
yeah, probably a fade, but
It's a fade.
I would call it, actually, it's probably like the rich boy hamster wheel. And let me introduce this. It's this whole thing. Remember, so when we were coming back on the plane, um, we I noticed this specifically. I pointed it out to Jen, right? Whereas there's this gentleman who was dressed in head to toe of designer brands,
Yeah.
Gucci shoes with some sort of like brand name jeans. I don't remember, but they were brand name jeans. And he had a Gucci side bag. What do they call them? Like the Euro bags,
Yeah. Like a shoulder bag, whatever.
messenger kind of,
Messenger bag,
yeah.
yeah.
And he had a mackage. What do you call it?
Macage.
Mackage vest,
Yeah.
and he had a LV or Gucci hat.
Yeah.
But the bro was on a Sunwing economy flight.
Hey, he put his money where he wanted to put it in. I don't know.
Maybe, but you know what? Here's the thing. I automatically would be like, "Yo, this guy's wearing all fake stuff."
Maybe.
That's where my head goes.
But again, they're chasing a standard, right?
And exactly, but
That's the
regardless,
point. They're
exactly
chasing a standard.
why they're chasing a standard to look a certain way, right?
Yeah.
Because they're trying to impress someone that they don't even know. And this is the problem: is that why luxury companies will always profit off the poor is we want to portray ourselves as something we're not,
Yeah.
right? Psychologically, there's this thing where, if we feel like we have these Gucci shoes, someone's going to look at me and be like, oh damn, this guy's got money,
Yeah.
right?
Or a certain
A
status.
certain status. So
Yeah.
exactly, you fall within a certain class. But really all it is that this is the rich boy hamster wheel, is that
Yeah.
you feel like you have to continue to look at this. Because don't get me wrong, those Gucci shoes are going to look nice. But bro, those $1,500 shoes are going to wear out just as fast as my $100 Nikes.
Yeah.
So, it's this perpetual cycle of using your money over on
See.
these liabilities
Yeah.
versus you putting it towards an asset that could actually help you create more money to pay for those liabilities.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, it's always flipped the other way around. People always think about their immediate desires and needs first,
Yeah.
right? And that's the rich boy. That's the rich boy problem.
Yeah.
So,
And same with the hot girl hamster wheel.
but
The same thing.
here's the thing. Unfortunately, I feel like the hot girl hamster wheel is not just on how they look like from like hands and toes. It's also the clothing too. Like they fall
Yeah.
for this whole. It's almost like if I were to combine hot girl and like rich boy,
Yeah.
you get hot rich girl hamster wheel. That's the ultimate combo,
Yeah.
right?
It's a very expensive lifestyle, right? So, the point is you just got to take a look at what you can actually afford. If you're able to sustain this lifestyle, good for you.
Hmm.
But I'm going to guess the majority of people, they probably shouldn't be doing it,
No.
right? Like, you shouldn't be spending so much money on certain things like this to chase, like we talked about before, chasing a lifestyle or an image, right? That's portrayed in social media as a specific status.
Yeah.
And there's certain ways around it. Like I said, I like my nails clean, but I do my own nails. I buy my $8 nail polish and I do my nails every Monday, many Mondays, right? So I do spend money like nail polish, but it's not to the point where I, have a recurring $50 bill every week.
I should check the credit card bill, verify that. But
Right?
yeah,
So there's
it's
there's
true.
ways around for some. I'm not saying to like just cut it cold turkey, but take a look at add up on how much money do you spend on quote unquote self-care, right? Facials, eyelashes, mani pedis, like there's tons of stuff, Botox, all these type of things that, it's out there, you know, it's like you mentioned earlier, it's a huge industry and they promote it. A lot of people promote it as quote unquote self-care, but it costs a lot of money,
Yeah, I think the key
right?
thing is to recognize that these things you you'll try to justify anything to make yourself feel good, right?
Yeah.
Regardless. So obviously, it's just understanding your boundaries of like, okay, well,
Yeah.
yes, sure, go do your nails, go do your whatever, right? But do you need petties every single week?
Yeah.
Probably not. And you know what? I actually remember this. If you're always constantly having nail polish on your nails, it's actually bad for your nails.
Yeah. Your nails turn yellow.
Yeah, it's kind of gross. So, you know, you might want to have clip-ons, kind of like like in Fresh Prince. Who was that? Was it Lisa? It wasn't Lisa, right?
No, it was not Lisa. It was one of Will's dates. I don't remember her name right now.
But I don't know if you guys remember Fresh Prince of Bel Air, but
That one
the
episode.
episode where Will is like stuck in the basement with his
The
girlfriend.
closet. A
No,
closet.
the
It's a
basement
closet. It's a
closet.
basement closet. And they're on a date or like going to gala or something.
Yeah, they get stuck.
They get stuck and there's an earthquake or something like that.
And he's hungry and he's like, oh man, I could use some gum or something, right? And he's like think of it like nails are like chiclets, right?
Yeah.
Chiclets the
Just
gum. Here, 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 here. So
nasty.
gross.
These
But
are called acrylic nails
oh, okay, okay.
where you can just pull them off.
Hey, even better. I call them the hooker nails, but um,
But yeah, I think the point is just, you know, get off the hamster wheel.
yeah,
Whatever hamster wheel you're on, get off it, right? Figure out what you need. And it's okay to jump on it and then get off it. Jump on it, get off it. Like, just don't continue to be on it because that will just empty your wallet.
think of it more like a subway loop, where you got the option to just get off at the stops, right?
Yeah.
You make that decision to like I'm getting off at Union here, as
Yeah.
opposed to going all the way around back to Young,
Yeah.
right? So like the key thing is when you step back and realize all these society cultural norms that you have been programmed with your whole life are based on a company that is trying to make money off you.
Yeah.
right? That's the bottom line. It's capitalism at its best,
Yeah.
right? Trying to twist your psychology and saying, oh, this is how you should look. And if you buy this, you will
Look like that.
look like that. But really, all that does is just take money out of your wallet or your purse
Puts it in theirs.
and puts it in there. It makes them rich and it makes you poor. So instead of doing that, take $100.
Yeah.
Invest in the company.
That's selling you that thing.
That's right. Exactly. So you're going to buy an LV bag. You can see everyone that has LV bags. How about LVMH?
Yeah.
Right. Shout out to LVMH, man. Like the greatest luxury conglomerate ever. Right. That family owns pretty much every single luxury brand you can think of.
Yeah.
From champagne to
Yep.
liquors to fashion brands to fragrances, right? To like Sephora, all these places. So look at that. Maybe you can buy into the company of something like that or something smaller. Maybe like, hey, maybe you can buy a franchise of One Nails.
Nice One Nails.
Nice One Nails. Right? Nice One Nails.
Oh, those guys are everywhere.
Yeah. But
yeah.
Anyways, looking at it differently, right? Because like I said, we want to be able to like empower you to understand like the psychological things that happen and why.
Yeah.
And how you can look at it differently. So it puts more money into your bank, right? Because ultimately we want you to bank more so that you can afford all these things without having to like, scrounge and say like, oh crap, I'm straining my finances.
Yeah.
Because the bottom line, like, yeah, you want to live a little.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. If it's your birthday, go for it, man.
Go get your hair done.
Go get your hair done, nails done, everything good. But
hair done, nails did, everything done.
But just
oh, you fancy, huh?
Just make sure you get off the hamster wheel.
Oh, you fancy, huh? Oh my god. Oh, Drake, Swiss Beats? No, okay.
Are you sure it's Drake?
It's a Drake song.
I don't think it's a Drake song.
It's a Drake song.
Okay, we'll have to check.
DM, put a comment in this if you think this is a Drake song, okay? Or it's a Swiss Beats song. All right. Swiss Beats is featured. Anyways.
I don't think it's a Drake song.
Anyways, hey, listen. Hot Girl Hamster Wheel, Rich Boy Hamster Wheel, whatever you want to call it. Don't make it a thing. But look at how you can profit off of it yourself, right? While looking good. Just don't blow your money on stupid shit like this all the time. That's all.
Alrighty.
All right. Anyways, hey, listen, leave a comment, share the message. So, we are having these living room conversations about things that we go through and that I know other millennials are probably talking about this and thinking about, weird stuff like this and how it impacts your finances. Because ultimately at the end of the day, like we want you to empower yourself with the best financial decision so that, you can live your everyday rich. Feels like I've rehearsed that line a few times, huh?
You have.
All right.
Getting good at it.
I know. My elevator pitch coming along. So anyway, guys, pay the fee, spread the message, share it, like it, subscribe, do whatever you need to do. And we are gonna be back a little bit later.
Yeah, for sure.
I'd like to revisit this this combination of the
Rich Boy Hot Girl Hamster Wheel.
Yeah, the hot girl rich boy something.
Sure.
It'd be funny. I actually asked someone in the cosmetics industry. But anyways, okay.
Alrighty.
Talk to you later.
See ya.
Peace.
Your Everyday Rich podcast is presented solely for general informational, educational, and entertainment purposes. Any such information or other material should not be construed as legal, tax, investment, financial, or other advice. It is not intended as a substitute for the advice of a qualified professional.